Hi there, it's Ellen here from Charlton Allen Academy. I hope you're doing great today. And here I am with the third update or the third session of the Embroider Your Stress Away project or series, hopefully. I actually today is going to be about admitting mistakes. All right. Even when we are doing these more leisurely projects, such as this one, which is really just taking inspiration from a sunset, using just like a array of colors, I was gonna say. It's a lot of different nuances of blue, some of the variated floss from cotton garden threads as well that I showed you in the first part. Even if this is a very loose design in the sense it doesn't have to follow any exact lines and contours or any exact colors or anything like that, I still made a mistake. Now, what is that mistake? And again, this is supposed to be more of an abstract inspiration. So technically, I guess there are no mistakes from that standpoint, but all embroidery teachers or many embroidery teachers look at this differently. Some are like, don't take up thread and redo it. You need to embrace everything. Whereas others are very like perfectionist. I am always going for kind of like the middle line of do what makes you feel the best. Do what feels right for you. And really, because if you don't like what you're making, if you don't enjoy the process, if there's anything that you feel annoyed about, you're not going to enjoy it, which means you are more likely to stop and not doing it. And then you lose the whole benefit, the whole purpose of actually creating, right? So that is where I came today. I was stitching, I wanted to finish up the ocean, but then I was getting a bit kind of bored just because I was so close to finishing, I guess, that I felt I just want to get going, continue with the sky. In my mind, I was thinking, all right, well, the sun is setting, so part of the sky should still be visible here where you have the most of the sun visible. And for some peculiar reason, then I don't know. I guess it's because, as I said in the last part, or during the live stream that I did, I have not seen that many sunsets lately. Oh, actually, in several years since becoming a mom, because I'm putting the kids to bed. So I just Googled today, like a sunset sky, just to again remind myself of kind of like the gradients of colors to just see how I wanted to go about with all of the different colors that I chose in the second session. So the previous video, I'll link to that below here. And then I see that actually the bright like pinks and oranges are starting down here, and up here sometimes you've got a little bit of blue sky left. And I was like, oh no. So that's where we are today. I need to shift this light blue sections and move those up. It doesn't mean that I have to cut up all of this as well, because I'll be pretending or imagining that there are some clouds up here. And oftentimes I noticed while scrolling pictures for inspiration, because again, it's no sunset right now. I did not see the sunset yesterday either. But the reflection from the sun on the clouds I saw creates these color variations, even up in between some little blue that can peek through, all right? But down here, it was really like quite significant that was where those really bright colors were. So I'm simply going to take them up, sorry, that grammar sentence, I don't know what happened. Take it up. What I do is I simply just cut up somewhere. I try to pull a little bit on the floss and see if it's easy to pull them up. If it is, then I'll just pull those up. I actually use my scissor closed to pull it. What you can do if you find it easier is otherwise to use the back side or the needle eye to pull them up. Alternatively, as I have mixed a little bit with horizontal straight stitches as well as with split stitch. If you use split stitch, it might sometimes be difficult to pull up the stitches that way. And then I'll just go with a big cut. Maybe I should actually I'll zoom in on that because it's just so much satisfaction. I don't know about you, but cutting up stuff is just like so satisfactory. Wow, look at that. Oh. So I'll just be cutting this up. Thankfully, I hadn't done too much, so it doesn't, I don't feel too bad about it. Actually, I'm quite enjoying this process. This feels good. If I had spent like 2 hours or something working on the sky here, I would probably not say that it feels good. But now this is actually very fun. And again, something that I mentioned in the first part of this project is that I am not too worried about the holes being visible from this treated canvas, because you can see now that I am starting to pull off all the floss, that you can see the holes that are being left in the canvas. I'm not too worried about it because I am going to stitch over this surface again. So we are not going to see those holes when I'm finished. I want to cover the whole surface with floss. And by the way, now that I'm so close to finishing here, really the best part is actually when you have to fill in the holes. It's just, yeah, that's something. That's something. I feel how, even if this is just the third update doing or working on this project, I feel how it's already starting to bring those creative, like that creative energy that I was missing for several months. I feel that it's really bringing that back. I don't know about you. Please let me know in the comments if you have started on your Canvas projects yet. I know several have reached out to me and said that you are intending to start and that you're excited to have a reason to start now, because maybe you had lots of, sorry, the camera went a bit out of focus there when I put my scissor in front. But I hope that this close-up view is satisfying to watch as well. So one side is almost completely finished. Let's do the other side together as well. The process of stitching this is going to be exactly the same as for all of this down here and up here. So I think you're kind of set to go to continue on that part. But this cutting up is admitting mistake and just showing how to cut up stuff. I'm not sure I've really seen that much on different art channels. So this is all about transparency. I'm doing this in real time with you. I want to show all sides of the creative side, no, all sides of being creative, and that means doing mistakes. That means sometimes embracing those mistakes, and that means sometimes admitting and accepting that you are not going to enjoy your project until you have gotten that sorted, what you didn't like. So what I'm doing here, when you see they just disappear on the back, is I'm actually here, sorry, there. I'm actually just kind of pulling some of them from the back side because sometimes that's actually easier. It depends how you have attached them. So here I seem to have clearly made a knot and attached, and in case there is a knot, it's much easier to pull it from the back. So this is how we've got it now on the back side. And again on the front, some loose. I'll zoom out a little bit again. So yeah, not so nice holes, but I'm not too stressed about it at all because I will be filling that out again. I'll be taking this light blue and scatter it a bit on top here, and as well as in between some of these darker sections that I'm pretending to be clouds. And then I'll be doing the kind of pink, oranges, red down here, which is just touching the horizon line of the ocean. All right, I hope that this type of video, again, just coming on here, showing you what's going on in real time, just can feel a bit liberating that this happens to all of us. We don't have it all figured out. Many times I actually, when I'm designing the different patterns for the Charles Mann Academy, for example, oftentimes I start out with a technique or maybe even a color, and then I feel that this is not going to look the way I want to, and I cut it up and I redo it. It's just that that part of the process rarely gets shared, and I think it's the same for very many creators. So here it is. I hope that you've enjoyed this one, and I'll be back to show you the finished version. Take care now.